Hi, I'm Joshua Lambert, a product manager here at GitLab, and I'd like to talk about what the memory team is working on for our 13.0 release. The first thing we're working on is finishing up a few projects that we've had in flight from our previous release. Last release, 12.10, we were working on deploying some additional flexibility in how we price our share runners on GitLab.com. This will allow us to offer additional runner types like Mac and Windows runners, as well as offer different size of runners for those who might want to utilize a beefier machine with higher resources, more CPU, memory, etc., for their jobs. And so we're working on finishing this here, and you can see we have about 4 issues which we're working to drive to completion here to complete this project. Next up, we're also working on finishing out a couple other items that are just really close to being done here. This is an improvement to the import workflow, which we are wrapping up. It is in review. And from there, we are now working more or shifting our focus a little bit more towards the overall performance of GitLab.com. The first thing we like to do here is to work on getting some performance metrics on common user journeys in GitLab. And this is real world, real browser performance metrics, right? We have a whole bunch of metrics around the performance of Rails controllers, system metrics, but we don't really understand how long it takes to complete some common journeys. Like, for example, clicking on your to-dos, clicking on an issue, leaving a comment. Perhaps opening an MR, clicking on the pipeline mini graph, and clicking on a job, right? If we are able to get some timings on those kind of common user journeys, I think it can help to illustrate some of the performance areas we have that we can improve, as well as also paint a more consumable and digestible picture of the impact of some of these performance opportunities we have, so the product managers and the other product groups we have can help to prioritize them. It's just a bit more tangible when you say that it takes perhaps 4 seconds to go to the to-dos, to go to the issue, to leave a comment for each one you do, than to say, for example, that a Rails controller is out of bounds by X%. And so hopefully this can also help to solve some of the prioritization challenges that product managers have today in trying to really understand the impact of some of these performance issues. And so the good thing here is we can track these user journeys. We already have a number of them, as Christy noted down below in this issue, around kind of our UX baseline scores. And so we can actually get a performance benchmark attached to these UX journeys, and then monitor these over time. Of course, within the day, to understand how they change, but also from release to release to release, to make sure we're actually improving the performance of these workflows over the next couple of releases. So I'm particularly excited about this, and I think it's a great way for us to help to provide some broader, higher level context on the performance of GitLab. From here, we're also working as part of the real-time working group. And so Matthias is working on introducing some action cable standalone support into our GCK, and so that we can do some further development work in the container kit for GitLabs and help to work and drive that work forward. And finally, we also would like to work in partnership with the infrastructure team to enable distributed tracing in GitLab.com. We've had some instrumentation available in an experimental form, is available in the GDK already for Jaeger, but we haven't enabled it on .com as of yet. And this would be beneficial because it can provide some really rich insights into the application performance in a kind of multiple service distributed way, and should hopefully help us to accelerate some troubleshooting and understanding of where some of the performance challenges are in real time as it's happening on GitLab.com, as opposed to having to go through and try to do some analysis after the fact that the problem had corrected itself. So I'm pretty excited about this, and let's actually get this out of .com. We have to do a little tool selection here. We can pick from Jaeger, which is partially today, Another option is Elastic APM, and so we kind of need to do some analysis here and then go ahead and work to get this instrumented. The development work actually probably isn't that much a heavy lift, and so the memory team is more than happy to help do whatever it takes on the engineering side, but likely and it depends on what solution we go with, whether Jaeger or Elastic. More of the work will likely land on the infra team actually, depending on, again, one of these solutions. Jaeger is likely a little heavier on the infra side, whereas Elastic likely could be quite minimal outside of the engineering work, mainly because we don't have to run our own service. We can use Elastic Cloud for the application service, for the tracing service. And also it doesn't need any sort of sidecar services that get deployed onto our infrastructure. With Jaeger, you're recommended to have an agent service running on each node. And that will, of course, that service will have to get deployed out to our entire fleet. And so, again, there's some trade-offs here, of course, but we'll work to come to a conclusion and then work to get this deployed, again, in partnership with the observability teams and infrastructure teams of GitLab.com. So those are some of the really more forward-looking aspects of what we're working on here in the memory team. The performance testing, kind of synthetic testing of common user journeys, hoping to drive distributed tracing into production, and some action cable work. And then we have some other smaller stretch goals here for some smaller performance improvements as well. So that's our exciting update here for our memory team. Really looking forward to help to capture some better metrics in the overall performance of GitLab, and hopefully set some good foundational services and data, really, so we can improve the performance of GitLab.com here in the next couple of releases, building on top of this work here in 13.0. Thank you, and I'll look forward to delivering this to you on this release.